Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well at your places and taking the utmost care of yourself. So today we will going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 5 or lesson 5, movement towards independence. As we discussed in the previous chapter, we have discussed about the national movements of India. Right? In that chapter we have discussed about the indigenous movement which started in 1905 and we have ended the chapter at the Swaraj Party. We have discussed about approximately we have discussed 1905 to 1857 to 1926. So now that onwards we will discuss or we will study about the events which took place after the 1926. Okay, so as we know very well, Gandhiji arrived in India in 1915. So and when he arrived in India, he joined to the Indian national movements, and 1920 to 1947, that period is known as Gandhian era or Gandhi Youth. Right? In this second stage, this age is considered as the second stage of Indian freedom struggle. So in this second stage, the Congress or the Indian leaders were demanding for the constitutional rights. Moreover, they were demanding for the complete independence. That means the freedom of India. So let's start. In this chapter, we will learn about the stream events which took place during this movements towards independence. So there is a first topic here, that is the Simon Commission, which came to India in 1927. So now I hope you all are remember that in Swaraj Party we have discussed about the Simon Commission. We learned that the Simon Commission appointed 2 years earlier due to the working of the Swaraj Party. So we were talking about this commission only. So let's start. According to the I will drag you some years back, because I just want to inform you. I just want to share you one thing, that is Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. I repeat, Montagu, which is also known as Montfort reforms, which were introduced in 1919. So according to the Montfort reform, which was introduced in 1919, so according to these reforms, a commission should be sent to India in every 10 years to check or to supervise the constitutional administration, and if they find any kind of mistakes, they could suggest more reforms to the British government. So as per the reforms, the commission was established in 1919. So next commission would be arrived in India in 1929. But the Simon Commission was arrived in 2 years earlier, that in 1927. Why? Because the working of Swarajya Party. So that's where we are going to discuss about the Simon Commission. The Simon Commission was appointed in 1927, 2 years earlier at the fixed time, before the fixed time, and in this Simon Commission, the Sir John Simon was the head of the committee and 7 other members were also there. Now these all members were from the British Parliament. Not a single Indian member was there in the commission. So Indians recommended the British government inclusion of Indian member. So as to Indian member can understand or feel the pain and problems of the Indian society, that's why Indians recommendation for this purpose or this purpose. But as usual, we know very well that Britishers not accept our proposal, as we have seen. So Britishers rejected this recommendation and Indians decided to protest this Simon Commission. Now when the Simon Commission was arrived in India, the Simon Commission was greeted with assemblies, rallies, procession, march, the loud voice slogans, Simon go back, and many of the places the black apron and black flag were hoisted. As we know very well that black color or black flag is generally used to show the disagreement, or what can we say, show the protest towards someone, right? That's why people used black apron and hoisted the black flag in the greeting of Simon Commission. Now, as we know very well, British government only know the thing, that is the suppression. If there is any kind of incident took place, they try to suppress us. So Britishers ordered the lathi charge on the railways, and Lala Lajpat Rai, Govind Vallabh Pant, and Jawaharlal Nehru became the victim of this suppression policy of the British government. The Assistant Superintendent Police, the name was Saunders. Saunders ordered the lathi charge on the procession of Lala Lajpat Rai. Lala Lajpat Rai was leading a rally in the Lahore, and in this lathi charge, Lala Lajpat Rai got severely injured, and few months later he passed away. After hearing these sad news, Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar, and Shivram Rajguru killed the Saunders. Okay, so this is all about the Simon Commission. It is all given in the textbook. Let have a gist, or we can recall this. Simon Commission came to India in 1927, 2 years earlier, as prescribed time. Why? Because the working of the Swarajya Party. Why it is called here? Because according to the Montfort, in every 10 years, a commission should be sent to India to check the constitutional administration and reforms. And if they find any kind, they can also suggest some reforms to the British government. Then, not a single Indian members were there. Total there were 7 members, but not a single Indian member. So, Indians demanded for the inclusion of Indian member, right? But British are rejected, and Indian showed protest towards the Simon Commission. And during the lathi charge, Lalaji, that means Lala Lajpat Rai, died, and Bhagat Singh and his friend killed the Saunders. So this is all about the Simon Commission. Now, there is a second point, that is Nehru Report. Nehru Report, which took place in 1928, published in 1928. Now, as we know, we were opposing the Simon Commission. So at that point of time, during that time, the Indian Wazir was Birkenhead. So Birkenhead, what can we say? He threw the challenge. He threw a challenge to the Indian political leaders, and he said, if you are thinking that you are so capable and you are always opposing the British policy, so why you cannot prepare your constitution? Why you cannot prepare your constitution? Prepare your constitution for your own country. I challenge you to the all political leaders of India. You prepare the constitution for your own country, and then British government will think upon. So by understanding and considering it as a challenge, Motilal Nehru accepted this challenge, and National General Assembly prepared a report under the presidency of Motilal Nehru, and this report came to be known as Nehru Report. Okay, so in this Nehru Report, some important provisions were included. Which provisions were included? So first of all, there was a dominion status, then independent judiciary, fundamental rights, and adult suffrage. So these main 4 provisions were there: dominion status, independent judiciary, fundamental rights, and universal or adult suffrage. We all know that the report was very well prepared, but as we know very well that Britishers would not accept that, and that happened only. Britishers rejected this recommendation. So this is all about the Nehru Report. There is nothing to in this topic, but just you have to remember that by considering as a challenge of Birkenhead, who was the Indian Wazir, Motilal Nehru, or National Assembly prepared a report under the presidency of Motilal Nehru, which came to be known as Nehru Report. It was published in 1928, and there were 4 provisions: dominion status, independent judiciary, and suffrage, adult suffrage, and fundamental rights. Okay, and Britishers rejected this recommendation. Okay, so now last topic is today's video lecture, that is demand for complete independence. It is also known as Purna Swaraj. It is also known as Purna Swaraj Mang. Complete, that means Purna, and independence, that means Swaraj. So Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose were very popular leader or very active leader during this time. In 1929, I am talking about 1929. Subhash Chandra Bose and Jawaharlal Nehru were the popular leader, and they were very active member also. So they decided to, now we want a complete independence. So under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru on the bank of river Ravi in the Lahore, the National Assembly members decided for the complete independence. Right? Then after, on 26th January 1930, the National Assembly's member took oath for the complete independence on 26th January 1930. And since then, 26th January date became memorable for all of us. That's why independent India, that's why independent India implement its constitution on the day of 26th January in 1950. We have read about this information in chapter number 8. We were thinking that why government of India waiting for the 2 months for this only. They wanted to make this day memorable. That's why we have waited for the 2 months. Already we have completed our constitution on 26th November 1949, but we implemented on 26th January of 1950. Why? Just because to make a memorable this day. Okay, so today we have discussed about the Simon Commission, Nehru reports, and demand for complete independence. I hope you all understood what we have discussed today. Still, if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me in the live session, and also I will share the PDF for the same.